Hey guys, welcome back to Comfy Cozy Up. So today let's talk about what I recently read. Not all of it, because I did read another book, but I'm going to talk about that later. And also some library pickup. And yeah, and then you guys see I made this top, which is going to be on a Where Would I Made, the next one. But I love how colorful it is. This is a Beauty du Jour top. I made long version in white and black back in the beginning of the year, January, February, where it has a double cuff. So I knew I wanted to make a short version with the high-low look. Yeah, so you get to see that, what the heck I wore it with and where I was going. All right. So anyway, let's dig into this book. So I had my notes I'm looking at, and we're going to talk about Jamaica Road by Lisa Smith. I believe this is a debut novel. This book is filled with secrets. The betrayal of the heart. I'm looking at my notes. Family is immigration, growing pain, love, racial injustice, and it is set in the 80s. It is mainly set in from 81, about 10 years, and it followed these two young people who are going through it. So the story is really centered around the female character and this young boy that came into her life while she was in secondary school in London. And we are talking about the time period where there was really heavy tension between the Caribbean and the black community and the treatment they were getting from the white folks. Just the racial injustice was very high. The author did incorporate a particular heartbreaking fire that took a lot of young people's life, and nothing was done about it. And it fueled the interest of the main character in terms of her desire to be a journalist. She was sucked into the newspaper. She always wanted to read it, but she was going through her own thing of her family and in wanting to know her father, and there's certain things about her family she didn't know. But when this young Jamaican boy who just recently moved from Jamaica to London went to her school, there's spark of friendship, and his family drama clash with their friendship, and you see how that can really like have a traumatic impact on two young individuals. And it is very much had a center of YA feature in this because of their age, but it's really a coming of age, because as you see how they're growing and becoming adult and still having those past things lingering, and they have to navigate through it. And then there's a matter of the heart and how you can fall for your best friend, and but at the same time not being able to be the number one priority because of family secrets, of family struggle, of families bad decision in terms of the male character Connie and his mother. There is domestic abuse happening in this. There is immigration things that happen in this. This is very much stories that I've heard in terms of people who I know this story can absolutely mirror. And you read this from a perspective of somebody who is Jamaican and who is also a immigrant, and how what would people do to for love and for status. You see this in this book, but it is heartbreaking. There's that frustrated moment when you think of the parent who's making bad decision, who is choosing to stay in a situation that they could escape from, and the impact that it has on their children. And so there's that sadness you feel for the parent, and you hoping that they can see past this. But then there's that moment when you really have this bitter feeling towards that parent who cannot pull themselves together and leave a situation that is not good. I love that this book took you to Jamaica under not so great circumstance, but it took you to Jamaica. There's that whole those who were born in Jamaica and those who are of Jamaican heritage and they're far removed from the island that their family and everybody's rooted from, and you're like the first generation in the country they're currently living in, and how different it can feel and how much desire you can have for a place you've never known. I like that kind of topic in conversation. For me, I would be Connie in terms of the age that he left Jamaica to move here. I was 13, so I can relate to going to a school and the accent changing. I was very much Jamaican, and over years my accent has not been as strong as. But there's a lot of people that can tell I'm not from this country, but I don't sound the same way I did when I was 13. And there's that moment when she talks about his accent changing, and when he talks is it's not sounding so much Jamaican. That made me smile. There's a lot of nostalgic things in this. The food, the sharing. I remember in school, and this one little boy that will come and used to share his food with me. So there's certain things that I remember in this that is very nostalgic, but also heartbreaking. It's also very relatable. The ending, at first I wasn't sure where it was gonna go because there was not that many pages left, and I'm like, what? This is just not the ending I wanted. But the ending was such a fitting ending, but nevertheless a very heartbreaking ending. But it's the consequence, and this is where I would say that was the worst case of the betrayal of the heart, and that sums up how I feel about how the ending is. Very much a good book, worth the hype. It is definitely one of my favorite books I've read this year. This book will stick with me for a while, for sure. I do find that it's so much about this book that I can navigate through and think about and have those connections to stories like this. If you haven't picked it up, it just came out this week. It is, I'm sure I've seen on their list. Read it and come back to this video and let me know how you feel. I can see this being on a few awards for sure. We'll see, but it's very well done. Love this. All right, so we are going to be talking about when I picked up a library. So here's a funny thing. They told me there was 40 people in front of me. 40 people for this book. So based on how long they will let you hold the book for and all of that, I knew I was going to get the book until probably next year. So I went to the store and bought the book. Yeah. And I bought another book, which I was saving those books for a mini haul and a book kind of project I want to do. But anyway, they called me and said, they texted me and said the book is ready. I got there. We're talking about 3 Days in June by Ann Tyler. So the lady said to me, is this a book club? Because the amount of people who have come for requesting this book And the list is getting longer, that they had to buy multiple copies because the demand for this book. Let me tell you, the book is short. I hope this book is as good as the hype, but it is definitely a book that everybody at the library wants to read. So I have, when did I pick this book up? I picked it up this week sometime. So I don't have that much long. So this is the next book that I'm starting today. So it'll probably be on Tuesday's, the Tuesday review. And I will let you know, because I did purchase the one, but I took the library one just because I'm gonna support the library. So I still took the book out, even though I did end up purchasing this book because I didn't want to wait. Yeah. I also picked up the we in what, July subscriber pick, Saltussy. So this one I picked up in the library as well. I have a little longer to keep this one compared to this Hot Pocket one. I ain't got that long for this, but I have this a little longer, so I have time to finish this. It's gonna be read this month, so the focus is gonna be on this. I'm still in the romance zone, guys. I am still eating up romance. So I also read another romance, and I want to read, I think there's a part 2 to it before I talk about that. Let's see. I am in the summer romance, summer feel-good kind of books. And I think that's probably why I really picked this up first, even though I did have an arc of this. I had a NetGalley arc from probably February that I have, but I'm still going to do the review on NetGalley because, you know, you got to keep your percentage up on there so you can still get books. But I knew I wanted to own it because, one, it is a Jamaican author. I am for Caribbean authors. And I just knew it was going to be good. So, but again, I did have an arc of that. I do have about 3 more arcs that I need to read. That was given to me. That was given to me on, you know, NetGalley. But I'm trying. I'm trying. So that is the mood I've been in. Romance for sure. Good feeling books. And so yeah, we're gonna keep going. I have another sewing project that I'm going to be doing next. And jazz nights are coming back. Thank God, my friend is getting off that horrible schedule. So Saturday nights are going to be fun again. And then I do want to get into the swimming thing. I'm going to see how I can navigate, because what happened is it's an 8-week program. I don't want to have to skip a weekend. It's because it's not cheap, guys. A private swimming lesson, it's not cheap. So that's where I'm at with that. So let me know if you read Jamaica Road, and if you read this one, let me know, because I am curious why it is on people's lists, especially in my little area. Like, what? Yeah, it's all right, guys. Let me know how you felt about this as well, and have you read it, or you plan on reading it. Sorry. Let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one.